Hey guys, and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be talking about who I think these new villains are in the Ahsoka trailer. They obviously have been the talk of the town for the last few days, and I want to give my insight and my theories on who these guys actually are. I have several theories, and we know that these are dark side force users of some sort, so we're about to take a deep dive into some of these theories, so here we go. Now, when I had the live stream during the Ahsoka trailer, there was a lot of speculation going on in the comments, and with about 9,000 of you there, this chat was just absolutely flying and it wasn't on slow mode, but I saw a lot of you were saying that this dude was actually a survivor from Order 66. Now, I've been checking around like crazy and I haven't seen anything that confirms that, but a lot of you saying there was some article that was taken down revealing that he was a survivor from Order 66. Now, I haven't been able to find that, so I can't confirm or deny it, but while some media outlets have stated that this is factual, it has not been confirmed at all, and I can't find any other evidence as to these claims. So this leads me to wander off into my own theory, which is the whole point of the channel, of course. So first of all, what do we know about this guy? Nothing. His name is Baylan, and that's it. We can see that he's wearing some Old Republic, High Republic type of armor. He looks like a knight. We also see his lightsaber emitter has a bit of a sword design to it, like a knight. He looks like Valkorion from the Old Republic, the old powerful Sith Emperor. However, of course, I don't think he actually is him, despite his appearance resembling him. Now, there was a very interesting interview that I'm going to get into. However, we need to talk about his apprentice as well. Her name is Shin, and she is a padawan, or his apprentice, I guess. We can't really say padawan. She has a Jedi braid, if you look closely, and this is why I say padawan. Stevenson, who plays Baylan, in an interview with comicbook.com, said that Baylan is a man who will get to his destination no matter what, that he has a quest, and at first he'll ask you to step aside if you're in his way, and if you don't, he will make you, because there's something far greater than him. And by that statement, I think he means Thrawn, or perhaps maybe even someone else. Maybe he's talking about Palpatine. I'm not really entirely sure. But he is not the main bad, so clearly there is something greater than him. Maybe that could be a villain, it could be someone more powerful, more influential like Thrawn, or it could be a situation, something that far outweighs his life. So he's a force user who has obviously a lot of intellect and isn't some power-hungry maniac who will just, kill anyone in his way. He'll first try to reason and use his brain, maybe try to turn them to his side, which tells me that he's probably very powerful and very experienced and level-headed. Stevenson also said that Baylan has been thrown into the mix as a catalyst, and when you put him in there, a massive reaction will happen. So I think Baylan is definitely very loyal to Thrawn, and I think he's going to replace a sort of Joruus C'Baoth type of character, like an heir to the Empire. Now, Joruus C'Baoth was a clone of a Jedi who became insane, and Thrawn worked with him to get Luke. However, in this case, it may be Ahsoka. But I still don't think Luke is off the table, because you can't have heir to the Empire and not have Luke Skywalker, because it really is Luke's story with Thrawn. And well, Luke is one of the most important and popular characters in Star Wars. So I'm wondering if they replaced Luke with Ahsoka, or if they're actually going to incorporate Luke, Ahsoka versus Thrawn, which would be sweet. So we first see Baylan, and he appeared to be in the world between worlds. I believe this because of the background where he's talking. It just looks like the world between worlds in Rebels, however it doesn't look pitch black. It looks a little more, live action-y, I guess we could say. This could also just be a place that's encompassing them in a hologram of a star system that leads to perhaps the world between worlds, or to find Thrawn or elsewhere. However, I truly think, with the flooring included, this is actually the world between worlds, and the flooring really gave it away to me. I believe as Ahsoka was passing by different doors to different realms, and this is my theory, including Anakin's with Obi-Wan on Mustafar, we get one of two possible theories here. One is that she finds this door and walks into it, and they end up having disagreements, fights, and he escapes through the portal with her, ending up in current times. Thrawn finds him and recruits him. The other possibility, and this is extremely far-fetched, but what if the leaks are true? The leaks about Ahsoka fighting Anakin or talking to him on Mustafar instead of Obi-Wan in Revenge of the Sith. What if this happens and Anakin doesn't end up cut up and burnt by Obi-Wan, but still turns to the dark side? What if this character of Baylan is actually an aged Anakin? Because let's do the math for a second. At this point in the timeline, 7 years after Return of the Jedi, Vader would be 54 years old just about, and Baylan looks to be 54. It's a wild, wacko theory, but it would be kind of cool to see what a full-powered, full-potential Anakin Skywalker would be like. Maybe they're making a clone of him, maybe they're making a clone of someone else that's going to be a Force-sensitive powerhouse. This could also be a being from the High Republic, and I don't say Old Republic because that's just too many thousands of years ago. I think in Jedi Survivor, the antagonist is a Jedi from the High Republic who has been frozen in time that Cal Kestis helped escaped, probably out of the goodness of his heart or because he knew the Jedi would be saved after finding him or seeking him out. So I don't think they would reuse this story and plot in the Ahsoka show. I don't think this guy has been frozen in time or anything like that. I think that would just kind of be redundant. So, a theory could be that perhaps he is a Jedi from the High Republic that is loyal to Thrawn. For what reason, I don't know. I just don't really see that being a possibility. Now, this lightsaber being orange, which I think is actually pretty cool, indicates, in my opinion, a split between light and dark. Kind of like how Mace's was purple, red, and blue. Orange doesn't really symbolize, fully turn to the dark side like blood red. Maybe there's a bit of Jedi still in there. And that leads me to my final theory. Maybe he's just a survivor of Order 66 with his padawan, Shin, with her padawan braid, of course. She is using the same old tech that Obi-Wan used during the prequel trilogy when she's flying, the same headpiece. So these two could just be survivors of Order 66 that were saved by Thrawn and are loyal to him. They made their blades bleed, and because they have Jedi traits and perhaps Jedi ideologies, it bleeds orange, not blood red like a true Sith. Now, the only issue with this character being a survivor of Order 66 is that it kind of starts to slowly dumb down the effectiveness of Order 66. Now, there were 10,000 Jedi just before Order 66 happened, so yes, a bunch will get away. However, it seems like in almost every Star Wars show or product, it seems like we're talking about a new survivor of Order 66. And while it's perfectly understandable that, yeah, the Jedi were powerhouses and they probably did get away. Some of them at least did survive, for sure. It's just getting a little bit redundant at this point. So I'm thinking if he is a survivor of Order 66, it needs to be done in a way that maybe Thrawn helped him survive, and this would lead him to be very loyal to Thrawn as well as his apprentice, following in her master's footsteps and being loyal to Thrawn as well. Now, also, we don't know for absolute sure that he has an apprentice. Maybe this is just a flashback of a scene of something, or maybe this is an entirely different character altogether that isn't connected to Baylan. However, in those reports that I can't seem to find, but a lot of you were saying during the live stream, the reports were saying that Baylan and Shin are master and apprentice. And if I'm reading it right in the interview with the actress who plays Shin and Baylan, they do seem to allude to the fact that they are master and apprentice. So with that being said, I wonder who will fight Shin. Obviously it has to be some sort of a Jedi, and I'm guessing that maybe it's going to be Sabine, as we saw in the extended trailer for the Ahsoka show. And that brings me to Sabine. I think that she is probably going to be a very worthy adversary for this apprentice dark side or dark fallen Jedi. I can't show any of the images of the extended trailer, however, she was igniting a green lightsaber and fighting someone with a red blade. The quality of the trailer really wasn't great, so I couldn't make out exactly who the person was that she was fighting. However, they had an orange blade, so I assume that it's Shin. In the extended trailer, we also got to see, an Inquisitor-looking being. I believe it was the same one that Ahsoka was fighting. A lot more, and they were flying a ship. So perhaps this could be Shin just with her helmet on, or it could be, an entirely different being, maybe a new Inquisitor that we haven't seen before. Either way, I'm very excited for the new villains of the Ahsoka show. They look to be pretty interesting, and I'm looking forward to seeing who this Baylan guy is, especially with his, Rogue One Darth Vader kind of walk down the hall, which really led me to the theory of him being Anakin Skywalker, or really Darth Vader, who never burned. He would be a pretty unstoppable force if that were the case, so I also have a hard time believing that, and I just don't think a lot of fans would really like that, albeit being kind of cool to see. Anyways, thanks for watching my video and my theories as to who this guy is and who Shin are. Maybe they are just survivors of Order 66, and it's really just that simple, especially with the padawan braid. But if that's the case, then, we need to ask ourselves, why did they turn to the dark side? Why have they become fallen Jedi now? And why do they have orange lightsabers? Thanks for watching today's theory video. I'll catch you in the next one. Leave a like if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you very soon. Until then, remember, my fellow Jedi and Sith friends, the Force will be with you, always.